gonna just check on my phone. All right, looks like we're live right now.
Woohoo!
Yay! All right.
Sorry, everyone. We had some technical difficulties there.
Awesome. Well, I think we're all here, and I'm going to do one more check here, and we should be, yeah, we're live. Awesome. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Kevin is actually on his little camping trip, so we're really lucky to have him here with us today. Hey, how's it going, Sean? How's it going, Callan? All right, we got a couple of you guys here already with us. I am going to... That's a funny one. Okay, I'm going to share my other screen here so we can get started on here. All right, so just like every update roundup, this is our third one now, right, Kevin?
Yeah.
I think this is our third one. Holy smokes, time is flying. We're going to be talking about some of the things that we've been launched and what we're working on next, and then open this up to a Q&A. So I'm going to just jump right into it. There's no need for me to diddle-daddle here, and I'm going to, all right, I'm going to pop this open. Let me see if I can remove these captions so they're not in our way here. Awesome. All right, so let's jump right into it. First of all, thank you for all you guys who are currently using Pebble and have gotten back to us with little bugs and little small things that we have to change along the way. We really appreciate it. A lot of you guys have been really, really helpful, so we really appreciate that. And for those that are new and trying Pebble, thank you for giving Pebble a chance here and trying out what we're trying to build here. It's been awesome so far with all of you guys. All right, so recent updates. We'll just sort of go through each one of these. The first major update that we recently launched is the REI Landlist Integration. So it used to be that you would be able to post your properties through you could post through Pebble using our Zapier integration, but now there's a tight integration to all of that. So if you wanted to list your land from Pebble, you can now do so. And that all lives inside of the new sort of, if you go to settings and integration area, there is a sort of this REI Landlist integration now that you can connect. If you're wanting to do this, if you head over to kb.reiconversion.com, and by the way, all of our documentation is now inside of here. You can go straight to REI Landlist and under properties, and it'll be here, listing properties with Pebble Land CRM. It's currently just a video, so you can follow along, but essentially it will let you know where to download the plugin for your site, and then a couple things you have to enter, and then you'll be able to start pushing your properties over from Pebble into Landlist. Now, I do want to make sure this is the expectation here is set clear. WordPress is great and you have a lot of flexibility with it, but you will still need to do some fine tuning in terms of when you list your property. So not everything is going to get pushed, your images and detail of that property, but you're still going to need to do some fine tuning that won't be able to be done on Pebble side. As well as publishing. If you're looking to actually publish that, you need to still go into your site. So if I were you, I would get my VA to push majority of that information over to your listing site, and then get them to go into the actual listings REI Landlist site, your listing website, and then just fine tune everything else inside of there. Sorry, I know I've got so many windows open here. There we go. Awesome. So, Kevin, am I missing anything about REI Landlist there?
No, I think that's it. And we also there was an issue when we first published about if you had a lot of images on your Pebble property that sometimes it wouldn't sync correctly. So we've hopefully fixed that issue. We just published an update to the plugin. So now even if you have 40 images, it'll. So when you click send, it will kind of send immediately, and then those images will process in the background. So it might take a couple minutes for all of your images to push over, but they should all get there. It's eventually.
Yeah, awesome. What else do we have here? So the next update that we recently just launched as well, this is more of a quiet. Well, we didn't really make much of an announcement here about it, but if you go to your property settings, you'll be able to maneuver these property stages around now. So you'll be able to click and drag them around. It used to be that you would have to type over it to change it, but again, now you can sort these stages as you'd like. Okay, sorry, I'm getting some messages about joining this call here, so I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. All right. Exporting properties and details. Kevin, do you want to sort of talk about this while I answer some quick messages here?
Yep, so if you click on the properties screen.
Yep.
Okay, so what you'll now see on the property screen is there is an export button next to the page buttons.
Yes.
And clicking that basically will download your properties, basically everything you see on this list as a big CSV. So everything you've captured about your properties, owners, the owner information, all of the offer information, and anything that you've captured in custom fields will show up in that spreadsheet. And another nice thing about that is that you can export just a subset of your properties. So if you just wanted to say take all of your listed properties, you could first filter by a stage, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then filter that way, or you can select individual properties. So if you just wanted to like check a few and export those, you can check them and click that export button. That'll just export those properties. So this is great if you are if you're working with some other system and you just need to import via spreadsheet in there and do that. And we also know that some people are preferred to mail using a different mail house, a different mail provider. And this lets you do that as well. So you basically can import all of your properties into Pebble so that you can track them and do all of your due diligence. But then if you want to mail using a separate mail house, you can export them out as a CSV, and those will include like your property codes and all that stuff. And then you can send that to your mail house. So that's different ways to use that, but we thought we'd show you that there.
So sorry, I totally was trying to catch up with some people trying to join in on here. So I guess you explained some of the more common use cases to using their own mail houses and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, awesome. All right, over to the next one. Custom field links.
Yeah, this is kind of an easy one, or a simple one. But if you click in one of those properties, and we give you the option to have custom fields. So if you Jesse, if you just edit one of those sections, maybe one of the ones below, like that details, or anywhere there. And in any one of these that's like the text fields, like where it's just a single line text, if you type in a website address, and I think it has to begin with HTTP or HTTPS, yeah. So if you type in a website URL, that now will automatically become a link. We know that a lot of people are like pasting in either links to county websites or links to your listing page, or basically anything that you want to put a link on, and we now just link those correctly, so that'll be there.
Yep. And this is this is great for comps too. I think a lot of people are putting comp links in here.
Yeah.
If you have like a comp URL, I should have typed it here, but yeah, if you have a comp, this is a great place to sort of punch in that comp here and make that clickable.
Mm-hmm.
And a shout out to Callan for suggesting that one. Okay. Next one. Deleting individual campaign offers and properties. This is pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so if you go into your campaigns, we basically if you imported a spreadsheet, you couldn't delete individual offers. Let's say if you wanted to, there were like a group of offers that you messed up the pricing and just didn't want to mail those, you couldn't delete them. You had to sort of delete the campaign and re-import the list. So now you can select basically check the boxes on the side and click delete there. And we're gonna be adding some more features here as well. If you wanted to say change pricing,
yep,
or update address or something, we'll allow you to do that too. But just delete for now.
Yeah, and then we've worked on a lot of sort of bug fixes here and there throughout the app. I think that was pretty much it. And if you guys have any questions about these updates, feel free to start typing those out, and I'll go around and sort of start going through those questions afterwards. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then what is coming? Kevin, you want to talk about the whole HubSpot thing?
Yeah. So one thing that we've kind of learned, and one thing that Jesse and I both do in our business, is so that Pebble is great for kind of managing property information and walking you through that flow of the land investing process. So mailing, and then doing your due diligence and acquiring, generating documents. All those things are really Pebble's bread and butter, and things that we've sort of optimized around. But one thing that Pebble is lacking a little bit is the kind of customer communication. So when you get a lead in, whether it's on the buy side or on the sell side, right now we basically allow you to capture name and email and contact information for that lead. But after that, it's sort of up to you to manage that lead from there. And what we want to provide is, so there's basically a few things. A lot of people have asked, why don't we allow, doing conversations with people, doing email or text conversations from within Pebble. And we've discussed that a lot and how to best handle that. And what we feel is that there are a lot of products out there that do that job really, really well. That do that kind of customer follow-up job very well. And so instead of trying to build all those features into Pebble, which would take a long time to sort of build, we're going to try to integrate with those existing tools in a much better way. So we're starting with Hubspot. So for those of you who don't know, Hubspot is a CRM basically that manages your communication with leads. So it'll do like email follow-ups, scheduling meetings, tasks. So you can say, I want to do these tasks in a certain number of days, and it's sort of great for big teams and small teams to sort of manage their customer communication. It sort of keeps you on track of how your deals are going in terms of actually talking to leads. And so we're going to be building a tight integration with HubSpot. So just like Jesse showed on that integration screen with having the REI Landlist, and we have Zapier now as well, we're going to have a new HubSpot integration, and that will connect to your HubSpot account. Pretty easy there, just with an API key. And then once you do that, you'll be able to send your buyer and seller leads into HubSpot, and then they'll be linked so that you can quickly hop on a seller lead, go view that seller lead in HubSpot, and then basically manage the whole communication flow inside of HubSpot. And then Pebble still sort of maintains all the things that are specific to the land investing business, like document generation, managing your properties, due diligence, all that stuff lives within Pebble, and then it's a quick sync over to HubSpot, and then that customer communication manages over there.
I think one of the things to really point out here is you guys got to understand that Follow Up Boss or HubSpot, all these sort of follow-up systems, they are a very robust system, and it's not going to be sort of part of our plan to sort of, again, build something similar to that. We'd rather leave it to a system that is going to do a really solid job and allow for all that flexibility to connect with Pebble. And this is why we're so excited about integrating with some of these powerful tools like HubSpot at first, and there's a couple other ones that we're going to be also looking at. One of them that we hear a lot about is Follow Up Boss. So that'll be something that we'll have an eye on and see how we can also tightly integrate with that. Those systems do a fantastic job in what they do in terms of follow up and building automation and whatnot. So we are going to look for a way to again, directly or not directly, but tightly integrate with each of those systems.
Mm-hmm. And just to also reiterate, we do have our Zapier integration, which works great. So if there's a CRM system you're using like Follow Up Boss or Pipedrive or one of the other ones, you can use our Zapier integration to get your contact records from Pebble into those systems. But we're sort of building these tighter integrations as we go.
And I do see some questions flowing in. We'll get around to them in a minute here. Mm-hmm. The next thing that we're also working on is analytics. There's not much sort of details to give about this just yet, but certain things that we're sort of looking at is for you guys to understand how well you guys are performing in terms of the cost to acquire a property, the cost to actually, do an entire deal flip, those kind of costs and analytics we're looking to surface inside of Pebble. And I think a lot of that is accessible to us. It's just a matter of us sort of putting that together and displaying all of that together for you guys. So that is something we are going to be working on next as well.
Yeah.
A really sort of a popular one that we've gotten a lot of messages about is multi-user. This is, I think we might have mentioned this recently. This is coming. This is probably within, in the short term here that we're working on. So you'll be able to see multi-user come into place. I know a lot of you guys are working in teams, whether it's one VA, one partner, or two partners, or whatever it might be. Maybe you have a due diligence officer, or you have a photographer that you rather them just upload the images into here, or whatever it might be. This is where they're going to get their logins, and then we'll also look at if it's possible for us to sort of restrict some of the access if there's a need to as well for those team members to get access into your account. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, and the last one here for you guys that are using Pebble. Make sure you guys mark this on your calendar. So every month, the first Thursday, we're going to try to stick to the first Thursday. We're going to do a Land Pebblers Mastermind. It's just a mastermind for Pebble users. We're going to be talking about automation strategies, sharing some wins. Hopefully we can get someone on. Last time we got Travis King on with us, which was awesome. He's doing 7 figures of land with his wife, and he got to share some of insights with mailers, and that is all, you can view that inside of Pebble. You can view that on our YouTube channel as well. But there's one little thing that I did want to show you guys. It's actually not on this version of Pebble, but this is our staging, but you'll see a little updates icon if you log into Pebble there. You'll be able to see all our videos like our live streams, all inside of there. You'll be able to see the upcoming update roundups as well as the upcoming mastermind, and the links will be there when you click it. So go ahead and make sure you sort of look into each one of them in case you're missing anything. You'll always be able to find our latest sort of updates in there. But it's again, it's a little widget that sits on the bottom right that says updates, whether you're using mobile or on your desktop. Now, I will post something about this. If you want to be added to the calendar invitation, you can comment about it inside the Facebook group or shoot us an email. We'll make sure to put you on the calendar reminder so you get reminded about that mastermind. But we will be bringing you guys on, so you'll be able to chat live with us, ask questions, and interact with us. And even if you guys have any questions or suggestions, that's a great time to bring that up as well. Mm-hmm. All right, that's it. Let's just jump right into Q&A here. I know we've got some questions lined up here, so let's sort of jump right into things. Let's see here. So Bryce mentioned there is a bug with putting less than $1 value in the cash field.
Yeah, I think I've seen that as well. So yeah, if you type in $1 at less than $1 amount, you get, sometimes things get weird. Bryce, if you could also submit a request on our help site, that would be awesome, just so we don't forget about that.
Or just shoot us an email, Bryce, so we have it sort of documented somewhere.
Yeah, just hello at pebblerei.com.
Yeah.
You can just mention that and how you're seeing it happen, and we'll make sure to fix that.
Awesome.
Another one, is there a reason why you went with HubSpot over other CRM providers? Yeah, great question. So we went with HubSpot. I use HubSpot, so that was probably some reason to do it first. But one thing we heard from people is they like that sort of free out-of-the-box solution, and HubSpot is one that's free to use. I think it's up to a certain number of contacts that you get for free. So we wanted to give a solution that for people that wanted something without having to pay for it. So that's why we started with HubSpot as sort of the default option, and then we'll do those higher, sort of more paid services that we'll add. Just out of curiosity, if anyone's listening and has a CRM that they're using, just post in the comments here what you guys are using, whether it's Follow Up Boss or
yeah. And actually, I've got a question here that was emailed to us from Travis, and I'm gonna, while you guys are sort of sharing with us what systems you guys want to see, I'm going to pull up his email here. Sorry, 1 second here, guys. And this does have to do with integrations as well, so I think it'll be applicable for a lot of you guys. Mm-hmm. Travis, oops, my phone is going crazy here.
Pipedrive, yeah, Pipedrive is another one that we're looking to use.
Yep. So
Jesse, you use Pipedrive, right?
I do use Pipedrive. Yep. Exactly. So Travis asked so he's using both the Pebble REI and then REI conversion websites for the sake of synergy. I would like to see what we have in mind for phone and CRM. He currently uses Follow Up Boss. He just wants to know, again, what's our plans with sort of integrating with other CRMs or CRMs with phone and text. And we sort of already went through that. So we are going to go with HubSpot first. And then we've got several people saying Follow Up Boss here. So, and then we'll look into Follow Up Boss. Mm-hmm. I think, I think we'll sort of get an idea of how you guys are using Follow Up Boss as well, and then we'll see how we can sort of integrate with that. But HubSpot, I mean, when do you foresee that sort of us launching that?
So we're going to start testing it this week, and hopefully next week it'll be nice to launch the first version of that.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty simple at first, basically just a way you push your contacts over and then having that link from Pebble to HubSpot. But we'll be adding additional ones or additional features as we go. Someone was asking here, can you talk about why you're excited about the direct integration versus Zapier? So yeah, so one of the downsides to Zapier, and Zapier is fantastic because it integrates with just about everything. One of the downsides is when we send a record to Zapier, we basically say, hey Zapier, here's a new contact, or here's a new property, or whatever it is. And Zapier just says, okay, thanks. And they don't send us any information about that thing after we send it. So we can't link you from Pebble to wherever you're sending that thing. So if you send it to Pipedrive, it would be great if we could show you a link in Pebble that says, okay, here's the record within Pipedrive. And we can't do that. So you sort of just have to, send it and then go into Pipedrive and find it. And what we really want to have is that tighter integration so that you can look at the record in Pebble, have the link, click it, open it up in Pipedrive, do your stuff in Pipedrive. Hopefully within Pipedrive have a link back to Pebble so you could click that, go back to Pebble record and see that. And so we are trying to make that an easy kind of double-sided step. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. She also asks, Kevin, oh, did I lose that message? Maybe that message is gone now. Was there something about, oh yeah, Kevin, do you have any direct texting with your leads? Do you do any direct texting with your leads?
I do, yes. I don't do it through HubSpot. I just use, I have a phone provider called Toky, TOKY.io or something. It's basically the same as every other phone provider. Yeah.
I think you mentioned this last time too. And this seems to be a common question.
Yeah. So I have numbers I have a separate number for my sell side, and then I actually have local numbers in each market that I'm working. That just helps me build cred. If people see a local number, I think that they're more comfortable with calling me. And then I do texting there. So if I get a lead that puts their phone number in, I usually will text them. And I just do that through there. And there is a HubSpot connection between those two, so I can see when I text people from within HubSpot.
Awesome. Let's see. I really like it too. Is there a way to edit property fields when you're creating documents? I don't use some of the fields or would like to add some of my own.
So this would be like specific document. When you have a custom field that's as a placeholder in your document, you would like to, as you're creating it, be able to change the value of that custom field. That's something that we've thought about. And because right now when you create the document, it basically pre-populates kind of the default placeholders for that document. So like on a sale contract, it'll put the closing date, the offer price, and like a few other pieces of information like the buyer information. But we don't automatically show you the custom fields there. So yes, that would be nice to add, and that's a good suggestion, and we will definitely look into it.
Awesome. Gage Williams asks, how will new features affect pricing of Pebble? So yeah, this is definitely Pebble is still in its infancy, and we are still figuring things out in terms of features and what we're going to be rolling out. I don't have a solid answer for you, Gage. we will be pushing out sort of different plans in the future. We might be looking. Yeah, again, I don't want to make any promises on that end. It's a little bit tricky, but
in the short term, no. But down the road, we don't know.
Yeah. Kellen, nice. So it will be a push-pull now. I'm assuming that means the integration for between the CRM and Pebble, or the follow-up systems with Pebble. But yes.
Right. Yeah. We're going to start with probably just push. So pushing the details to HubSpot. We're going to look into getting that information to sync back if you change it in HubSpot. That's probably unlikely that you're going to like change somebody's phone number or something after you push to HubSpot. But we're going to look into making that a two-way thing too.
Yep. Okay. Next question. Super slick dream feature of mine: being able to modify an offer letter for specific clients I'm following up with, like send a campaign, but go in the customize for specific records in the campaign. Super slick. Being able to modify an offer letter for specific clients I'm following up with.
Oh, so like having a different template
for a follow-up
for a specific for a specific thing. Now you can do that if you you could go into your templates and create a different template than your standard offer letter, and if you had if there was some default info or kind of some standard outline of what you had, and you could use custom fields to populate some details about the specific lead you're talking to, and then within the documents screen you could create that template, or create a document from that template and then mail it to them. So maybe if you want to send us a support request, we can walk you through what that might look like. If you can include a copy of the letter you're trying to send, and we might be able to make that work for you. So just let us know the details, and we can maybe hop on a call and make that work.
Awesome. I think that's it for the questions that have come through. I'm just going to double check here. It's great having you guys all here sort of engage with us asking questions. Well, I think that's pretty much it. I don't see any questions coming through at the moment, but just a couple reminders. Next week, October 1st, I don't know what day of the week that is, probably Thursday or something like that. You can join us. I'll send out a calendar invite. You'll find that again on the update little widget. You can actually click on that at that time to join in live with us. It's going to be hosted through live webinar. So it'll just be the few of us that are on there. It won't be sort of live on Facebook here. Other than that, thank you again for all of you guys who have joined us, brought your questions here. I know I will be sort of meeting with you guys, some of you guys individually in the upcoming few days. I'm excited to meet a few of you guys. And if you have any other questions or whatever it might be, you can leave it inside of the Facebook group here under this post, or you can shoot us an email at hello@pebblerei.com. Anyways, thanks very much for coming through, guys. Kevin, thanks for joining us on your sort of little trip there, and hope you having a good time with your family up there.
Yeah, we are. We're doing some camping and gonna hang out in the mountains. So.
Yeah. Oh, and one more thing. Sorry, before I hang up here, tomorrow we're doing a monthly update for REI conversion. So if you're using REI conversion websites, we got a few things to talk about in terms of new updates that we're rolling out. Some pretty cool stuff. There's a little bit of an overlap with Pebble as well. It's mainly the land list side of things, but we'll have some other features we're talking about that. So it is inside the Facebook group. There is an event for that. You can hit join. And we'll see you guys out there as well. All right, guys. Thanks again. And we'll see you guys next month. And for the you guys that are joining us on the mastermind, see you guys next week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.